Hello, hello. So, today I want to talk about my my highest conviction, my highest conviction in life. In life. Okay. Uh right now it is 1,000% the knees over toes program, ATG, you know, Ben Patrick, it's this whole thing about like having to promote your own, to promote yourself, right? Whereas, you know, like that's kind of where I feel like, I'm so surprised that there there are no basketball players coming from the knees over toes program. Like it's it's just absolutely insane to me. There's dunkers. There's you know there are there are some dunkers. Connor, both Connors, um, and there's that the football player whose name is escaping me at the moment, but like a former professional football player, like in their program. But yeah, I just think the general public is just, for some reason, they're so dismissive of something that can completely change their life, you know. And um, if whatever I was saying, you know, whatever I was saying, um, you know, it all goes back to my own experience, to me, right? Like it all goes back. It's like my experiences with sports. Like what I mean, you know, it's like at the end of the day, you know, like the best athletes were born where they're gifted. Like this is there's no need to overcomplicate that, right? Like anything I do, and like with me, just my demeanor, my personality, it's like people, it's like they feel like they're right there with me, and that's a big problem for me because like you don't have that, like you don't have the gift, you don't have it, like and it creates this this like jealousy. Whereas if I'm able to just keep people just where they're supposed to be, you know, and like and because at the same time it's a sleepy, because I don't have this this you know arrogant play style. Like it's just not, it's I don't have that play style where I'm I my whole game is like making other people better, and I don't have to believe in, I don't have to think you're a good person. I don't think you're a good person. I don't want anything to do with you. Like, but I'm still gonna make you a better player. Like, and that, but that's just me though. That's not even. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the other players. Like, that's the way I play. And this is like this sleepy thing, right? Like, right now, they're talking about Roy Yuan, right? He's and I gotta get better at pulling up clips, but like this is how I do my videos. I just jump around and I have like the main point in my head, and uh like people, they sleep on you, like I mean, fortunately I have Steph Curry to talk about. Like, this gives me so much. Like I literally have somebody who's doing what I'm talking about and what I've been talking about for my entire life, right? And just seeing him be so underrated and slept on, you know, it's like he's not jumping over people, right? He's not using his athleticism. He doesn't need it to be effective, right? All Steph has to do, all I have to do, is be able to, like that. The running around it's a skill, like moving that much, like that, that's what he needs. That's what's required. Being able to run all game. That's it. That's what he needs, and that's what he has, right? It's not jumping over people, you know, um, like the majority of the NBA is like that's how they got there. Like they are jumping over people. Like that's you know, and it's not so much a skill game. Like like I don't think the NBA is all that is a very a skillful game. Like I've never thought that. So um yeah, and the biggest problem is just getting slept on. Like this is the thing you know, like this is it. But uh, so uh but yeah, um right now this ATG system, I'm just right now, and I just this was more like a progress update. Like I'm never gonna be shying away from the Ben Patrick knees over toes. Like this it's a part of my life now. Like for the rest of my life, it's changed me more in the past few years than anything I've ever done. And I want to be clear. I cannot speak more highly about any this. It's like I have the most conviction in this. This is my highest conviction in life play. Like this is everything. This is more important than anything. And so so right now, okay, I want to give you a an update of where I'm at. And yes, I'd be better off having footage of my workouts and clips and stuff, but I don't have that. Like I don't have that luxury right now. And you know um well, let's just say I don't have that luxury right now. My content has not gotten any real traction, like to give me a little safe place to create content with. um I'm more of a live streamer. That's just me. Like it's just like it's the same thing. The same thing that like the way I am, like my play style. It just lends itself to live streaming. You know, and you see all these live streamers. None of them, they're just normal people, right? And like, what am I doing? What am I doing? So I just like this is where I'm headed, and um but yeah, you don't have live streamers that are really walking the walk. I mean, um yeah, I mean it's so time consuming, right? But so so right now, so is my squatting, and this is the thing. It's like I'm so like the ATG system, right? And he doesn't. His thing is not squatting. So like I'm telling you what I'm doing. Like this is my story. This is my story, right? Like so this is what I'm telling you how it's affecting me. So and it's he's changed my life, so I'm so grateful for him, you know? But it's not him, it's me. Um so um it's the elevated heel. I have the knee the ATG buddies, and I'm gonna buy the squat wedge, and that has changed my life. I'm not squatting heavy, and I'm it's changing my life more than anything. And like if I ever have knee pain, I know what to do about it. Right? So it just gives me more um it just gives me more ability to to push harder, right? Like I can push until my knees hurt. And then if my knees hurt, I can wait a few weeks. I can wait like 2 weeks, and then they'll be good again. And then I just go back to what. But the squats are what's strengthening my legs, and that's what that's been my problem. Like is you know is the leg strength, and also the kettlebells. Like I have always had issues with my my bicep tendons. The you know it's like, to me, that the elbow is like the knee of the upper body, right? Like it's the knee of the upper body, the elbow, you know. And for me, the issue is like on the bicep side, connecting like the elbow, like the inner elbow, the inner elbow, like right here, right? And this is like a really big issue for me, okay? For me. This is a big issue for me. I'm talking about myself. This is a big issue for me. And the kettlebells, oh my God. I'm going to say that's like on par with the knees. The knee stuff, right? And so when you have this elbow thing going on, like you can't do so many things. Like I'm able to do pull-ups, and they heal my elbows, you know, uh, the bicep tendon, whatever, to forearm. Like, they're healing them. But now, if I want to accelerate healing, you do the hammer curls. You can do the kind of a drag hammer curl. You can do a full hammer curl, and like this is truly exciting, because it affects my normal life, just normal life. Everything I'm doing, you're like everything, and so the kettlebell rows is what I'm talking about. Kettlebell rows, and I have no elbow pain doing that, and you can really feel it. I feel how weak I am. I can really feel how weak I am, and there's no elbow pain. And so the 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 barbell row is the thing that's gonna strengthen you. Like, that's the thing. I mean, I have to build up my barbell row strength before before deadlifting, before that's me. This is my story. Like, so I'm this is and the kettlebells are what is giving me the ability to go hard on the barbell rows. So without the kettlebells, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Like, I'm literally just wasting away, dying. Just not doing anything. So I'm beyond happy with with these, you know, kettlebell and then barbell rows. And so yeah, so that is the update. So I'm squatting a lot, and always the 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 knees over toes split squat, right? That's just the other thing that's just, I mean, absolutely life. Like, that's it's like the kettlebell, the 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 the, the ATG split squat is to the squat what I mean, not totally, because like the sled pulling, backward walking on my backward treadmill, and the ATG split squat are the kettlebell rows to the squat. Um, and you know, like, strengthening each side, and then yeah. So I'm just my form just keeps getting more refined for that ATG split squat. Um, just really having to go slow, you know. Uh, yeah, like, if I'm gonna add weight, I have to really control the tempo, and because I did it weighted, and it absolutely, on my right leg, it absolutely changed. It absolutely caused a structural change, right? And then for like months, my inner quad, my inner adductor, like right next to my, you know my groin, my leg. It hurt when I would just do them because I was always able to do them like pretty like fast. And then when I did it weighted, I kept doing it like fast, and that hurt my muscle like the like the inner part of the the thigh, the adductor, um, hamstring tie-in, uh, and that hurt. So I wasn't able to do weighted, because like you have the weights, you have to be able to use weights to build muscle, and so like yesterday, I used weights and I just really, but again, this like having squatting is strengthening my legs, right? So and that doesn't hurt my adductor. So it's like the squatting has really, helped heal my leg. Just yeah, just blood flow, strengthening, and so so yeah, and that was like, dude, that was like 2 days ago. I finally used weights, and I just really went slow. So I feel like that's the next progression, and then yeah, then we can go back to like just really heavy weight, and that's really how you know, I mean that's how you get stronger, and yeah, so really that's this has been my this is it. This has been my update. Um, you know, uh, I should really feel free and empowered that I have something I feel so good about referring other people to, right? Uh, just bodybuilders, anybody, this is what I'm doing, right? Like and like kind of Ben Patrick has kind of just really been over here in his own lane, right? And it's like there has to be a connection. There has to be an incentive, a reason, um, to really get fitness enthusiasts to embrace. And if there's no money there, there's no reason, right? Because we on social media, like outrage drives clicks. So people are gonna be pushing outrage, pushing like just being a degenerate, and you know, like back in the day, being a degenerate, unless you were, unless you're you're a drug dealer, there wasn't there was no payoff for being a degenerate. You were just like destroying your life, right? But now, like most of the successful streamers, like are are just total degenerates, and some of them are making a lot of money being degenerates, and you know so that's why they're doing it, because it's profitable. But it's like how can the fitness community like, because my thing is I'm such a good athlete. I have the gift. I was born with the gift of athleticism, and specifically being able to apply my athleticism to real world gameplay, right? So I have that. I have that, right? Like I'm not better at basketball now than I was when I was 20. Like, obviously, yeah, you can talk about ad nauseum about how your basketball evolves, but 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 as to what's relevant, it's just me 20 years ago and then me now. You know, that's really all it is. Like, you know, so it's like nothing has really changed in the gameplay. But this is kind of how, you know. Uh, so like that's why it's relevant. You know, that's why. You know, that's why this path is worth. You know, and so, but if we're gonna go off what I do, right? Like you pay me, right? You pay me to help you with, you know, I mean, just like your behavioral problems, your intelligence level, right? But it's mostly just like your ego, um, because people that are kind of incompetent usually have the biggest egos. Like, as a like they're compensating for a lack of, right? That's how that usually works. That's how that does work in the human mind. And so it's like the people in charge, you know, you want somebody, cuz like if I sit here and say I'm the best basketball player, that's a confident, you know, that's like a braggy thing to say. It's a ego thing to say. But like it's true. So like my ego is smaller than yours, and that this is what's crazy, right? Because you're like essentially incompetent, and you have a big ego, right? A big ego, like a big ego, whereas I'm grounded by my abilities. So my egos, it's not as big. I'm I was able to master things that were hard, right? These things are hard. Basketball's hard. Lifting weights is unpleasant. You know, these are things that most people never do because it's unpleasant. When they get into it and it's hard work, skateboarding, snowboarding, like you don't have the capacity for work that a gifted but see the gifted people are grounded by how hard the work is. They're grounded. So this so so you're paying me to, like if I'm ever hanging out with somebody, I'm getting paid, because I'm not just gonna waste. I don't just waste my time. Like, you're benefiting from my presence. You are benefiting, you know, and it's like you know, it's like you're seeing all these people that you have to do your own thing, right? You have to do your own thing. Like, you know, um, like that people wanna branch out and have something that they can do with their own time, right? Um, so yeah, so I mean, just so much trolling that I do, you know, like I probably misused uh like TikTok because you know but like I just don't care. I'm just trolling, and my purpose has always been pretty clear. So I don't what I put out on the internet. It's like, I mean, this video is the only one that you should even care about. This is the only video you should. It's just moving forward. Like, this is the video. Like, this is the most important video of my life. This is all you should care about. It doesn't matter what I did in the past. If I'm just trolling, you know, because sometimes like my trolling is like serious, because I know that it's just people that are just it's just bad. Like the reality is darker than you could even imagine. So yeah, so like that's my thing. I help people play sport. That's what I do. And if you're not somebody who's willing to work hard, right? Like like you know, uh, it just it comes to an end pretty quickly, you know. But like if you have one good client, one person like with money that wants to get better at golf, you know, and they fly me out, you know, pay for everything, right? And then even pay me, right? And I just help them get better at golf. I eat breakfast, you know. This is the thing. Like they don't want to work hard. They want to just be. They want to show up. They really don't want to work hard. I've seen it over and over. They really don't want to. Like it's just unpleasant for like a lot of people. So yeah. So that is me. That's what I do. That's what, like, that's my business. That is my business. You know, I have to find people that want to pay me to do what I do instead of just giving it to them for free. I need to have people paying me for it. Obviously I'm like I have to interact with people and you know for free. Uh, but people that want more, like they want to really focus on one thing. Uh, but with me, it can be any sport you want because I just apply what my principles like apply to every sport, to anything. Poker, you know, Literally everything. Um, so, oh yeah. So, I think that's it. That was pretty thorough. I think I hit everything. You know what I'm saying? I think I knocked down all them points. You're. All right. So that is it. Um, you know, share this. Subscribe. I know people want me to put out, more content. I I feel like I'm gonna get there. Like just literally playing basketball. That's how playing golf. You know, that's what I do. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.